Yeah, Serena's got quite the band going right now.
She's got a lot of great options, that's for sure. Because I mean, like I feel like I've played a handsome amount of gigs with her, and I've seen, like, because it's not that she has like favorites or whatever. It's that people are unavailable. Like she has Connor Morand and Josh Try are very regular guitar players of hers, and I love playing with both of them because they're both great guitar players, but they're both incredible singers as well. Like, incredible singers. And then Mark is almost always playing drums whenever I've played with her. Yeah, she's got, like, a great selection of musicians that wind up playing with her on the regular. And it's a privilege to play with her when she's got that whole band because they're all such great guys.
Love it. And you played for some of your biggest audiences with Serena, too, right? You played Trackside Fest?
Yeah, Trackside was a trip because I had no idea what it was going into it. Because, like, you actually brought me into that. Shout out to our very own Patrick Briggs.
Well, I should say, like, a very funny connection all of a sudden was made. You realized you have family that you didn't know you have, right?
Yeah, I actually didn't know Serena at all. And you said, hey, my family friend Serena needs a bass player for this Trackside Fest. Which, you know, when I hear, like, blah, blah, blah fest in London, I'm like, oh, it's going to be at 765, and there's going to be 12 bands on 2 stages, whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, I've never heard of Trackside Festival, so I said, yeah, sure. And I showed up, and we ripped one rehearsal, and then you hurt your wrist, so you had to go
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my gosh, I'm so clumsy all the time.
You were swimming and dove into a shallow
Oh,
pool.
my God, I forgot about that. It wasn't a shallow pool. I just dove so deep into the pool that I hit the bottom. That's all.
You dove so well.
That's right.
So aerodynamically.
You can't handle some water can't handle my. You know, I
so
just
fast.
like a dart.
God.
Just
Honestly,
and then I busted my hand like ridiculous.
You shot into the water at such a rapid speed that all the water evaporated and you just hit the bottom of the pool.
Oh, and then I come out and I'm like, I really hurt my hand, and everybody's going like, "You're fine." Of course, like everything. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, well,
you'd be screaming. You'd be this or that. Like,
well, we just like hardly believed that you hit the bottom because like we had all been diving into the pool all day, and you were like, "Guys, I like smoked the bottom of the pool," and we're like, "No, you didn't."
It was my first dive too. Like the whole thing about that. I'm sorry, this is a weird tangent, people. But like the whole thing was so funny because I was gonna go somewhere that evening, and I remember calling my partner Jill, being like, "I'm just gonna go jump in the pool. Everybody's there. I'm just gonna dive in, then I'll be right there." And I dove in the first dive. I did just like, "All right, here I go," and then smoked the bottom.
One hit KO.
Break my hand. Well, it wasn't that bad, but I did break my hand. You know, yeah, so I couldn't play Trackside Fest, but Craig did, and it turned out to be pretty huge.
Yeah, so I wound up doing like 2 more rehearsals, and that was when Connor came in, and so this is I've told this story to so many people, but it's so funny. So I went over to my grandmother's house, and a side note about my grandmother, she doesn't even know who Aerosmith is, guys.
That's crazy.
Right? Like I literally was like, yeah, you know Steven Tyler, and she's like, you mean the guy from American Idol? And I'm like, oh, no. Like, yeah, but
but
oh my God. So I go over to her. She needed some help gardening. She's very old. So I went over and I was helping her garden, and I said, I'm playing Trackside Festival with Serena Haggerty. At this point, I think I found out what Trackside Festival was, and I was like, oh my God, this is like a big country festival. That's wild. So my grandma said, what are you up to? I said, I'm playing Trackside Festival with Serena Haggerty. And she goes, oh yeah, like she knows what I'm talking about. And I went, oh, you know what Trackside Festival is? What a miracle, because you don't even know who Steven Tyler is, right? And she goes, no. And I was like, what, do you know who Serena Haggerty is? She goes, of course I do. She's your cousin. And I went, what? What? Like, what are you talking about? She goes, well, you know my sister Betty. And I went, no, I don't know your sister Betty. Who is Betty? It's like, well, that's Serena's grandmother, and that's my sister. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell? So then I show up at the next practice. I went, want to hear something crazy? We're family. Can't fire me now.
Yeah, right. March is like, oh, you're hooked. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, 100%. So it's been a wonderful professional business ever since. It's been incredible. But no, I've been loving it. It's like all of her gigs are so much fun. Her songs are great, and like I said, she always has an incredible band behind her. So it's always